And what we found was shocking, literally.
Hey, I'm at the biggest share.
So this is Saturday morning. This is what the kids are doing. They've been doing it for the last 3-4 hours, watching TV all morning. The deal was, fine, I'll let them do it. But in exchange, they get to do math worksheets. Anybody else do that? Or am I just a cruel parent? Anyway, so I'm gonna get ready to go outside here. In Kansas City, it's getting cold outside. I gotta go check on the cows, chickens, and Bernard. So let me grab these worksheets for the kiddos. They've agreed, so that's what they're gonna be doing the rest of the morning here. Something else, could you get one of these numbers? You can only use these numbers, right?
5, 6.
So it's gonna start with the 9 again, right? So put a 9. So here in Kansas City area, finally are starting to see the winter-like weather. We're approaching mid-November and finally got these sub-freezing temperatures. So I'm out here just doing a little bit of checkup on the animals, make sure they've got their water, their food, which they should. But you know, it's my reason to, my excuse to get out. Anyways, little disclaimer, I don't spend every weekend giving the kids math worksheets, although I should. If I didn't, they would be extremely bored. Not to say that they're a fan of the worksheets, but like animals, when they get bored, they get in trouble. So, but yeah, they are done with their worksheets, so now they're just inside goofing off. Now it's my turn to goof off. So, hey Bernard. So let me see, I was waiting for this day because I knew this tank's not going to cut it anymore. With the freezing temperatures, I need to get a bigger stock tank, and I want to get a heater so that I'm not going to have to come out here and constantly break up that ice. We do have a pond in the back, which is I kind of consider their backup, because every time I fill up the water here, they do use the cows and Bernard do drink out of the tank here, and I'd rather them drink out of here than the pond because I don't want the cows messing up the shoreline. That's something that I'm trying to prevent, and like I said, they do tend to prefer drinking out of the tank here when I have it filled up. So now that the cold weather's here, I got to do something to make sure this tank's not freezing up. Gonna get them some food over here, or some hay. They are still back there grazing on pasture, which they're fine doing, but now it's time to start busting out the hay. Last count, we've still got about 30 some chickens, most of them hens. These were the hens that we brought home, or we got earlier this year, right around the same time we got the bottle calves, which was back in April. And it took them a while to start laying, which is kind of surprising, because my expectation is with the we'll call it 28-ish hens, you would think that we'd be getting a ton of eggs a day, because they're about, since April, so April, May, June, July, so about 7-8 months now, and they're really not laying that much. So we haven't really bought grocery store eggs in a while, but because these eggs, these newer hens were not laying, we actually had to buy eggs here the last couple of trips to the grocery store. But looks like some of them are finally starting to lay, so that's a good sign. So I'm gonna need to fill this up. I didn't do a video on getting this all in here, but I brought the water tank in here for them. Need to get a heater in that, and then I didn't give a full-on tour of the inside, I don't think, of the coop. The coop was done after I put in these doors from one of the last videos. Redid the doors so these can swing wide open so I can get the loader in here. Got a bunch of wood chips in here. Smells a whole lot nicer. Feels a whole lot cleaner now. Got the feeders in here for the chickens. And here, as you can see, one of the hens is sitting up on these beams up top, which wasn't really intentional when I first put this up, but I decided to move the roost into this side. And naturally, the chickens try to get as high as they can, and I didn't think about it until after the fact, but a lot of them actually sit up on these roosts at night. But that works out. It's protected on all sides, although I think I might try to cut a window out on that side, maybe next season. So, but they've been using it now. They've been trained. They just go, well, I say trained, but they just now know this door just stays closed all the time now. they go through that side and the automatic door on this side right there opens and closes every morning, every night. Their nesting box is still here, but everything looks good, everything checks out. I'll probably have to get some more food in here for them in a second. So here's what I think I'm going to do. This is something I've been wanting to try. I've seen videos on people, actually TikTok videos, on people fermenting their chicken feed. And they say that the feed actually lasts a little bit longer, so I'm curious myself to see how much longer. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to do a test run. I have 2 of these old pork rind containers. Don't ask me. But anyways, going to fill 2 of these up, see how long the dry feed lasts them, and then once that's consumed, I'm gonna get this filled up with fermented feed and see how long that lasts them, and then maybe we'll get an answer to see if it's worth the trouble of fermenting chicken feed. I'm sure it is, but now I'm curious, so we'll find out. So these will be filled up with water for a few days. By the time the chickens finish the dry feed out there that I put for them, this will be done fermenting, and it should only take, like I said, a few days. So today's Saturday. I'm gonna check every day to see when that feeder's out. My guess is it's gonna be out in, like, the amount of chickens we have, probably out in like 2 days. And then we'll see how long this fermented feed lasts them. So this is first winter season that I'm going to be dealing with these cows, or owning cows, and we don't have a hay saver or anything really appropriate to put the hay in. This is really the first time I'm starting to feed them hay because they've just been grazing in pasture. I don't want them to waste a lot of hay though, because hay is pretty expensive, and or it is now, and I know this is not the appropriate feeder, so we'll see how this goes, and then I'm either gonna have to make a hay saver or go buy one. So hopefully you don't waste a whole lot of hay. But the cows are doing good, healthy. I don't worry about them as much as I did when they were much smaller. So right now they're, let's see, about 7-8 months, and yeah, like I said, they're healthy as far as I can tell. Not a whole lot of work goes into taking care of them. That was kind of after the first 3 months or so. It definitely got a whole lot easier. I know I'm not out of the woods yet, because anything could still happen, and like I said, this is gonna be the first winter that I'm raising them, so we'll see how it goes. But hopefully I got enough hay. I still give them just grain on occasion, just as a treat, I guess you could say. Gonna make sure they've got their water and they've got shelter from the elements if they want it. So we'll see how this winter season goes, but as of now, the plan that I have in mind is this guy, this steer, Benny, unfortunately we named him. Plan is he's gonna go to butcher next fall, and then those two I'm leaning more towards getting them bred. Especially Midnight over there, she's really got a good temperament. Nebula, not so much. She was the one that we struggled with early on. She had the scours and was getting really weak, and at one point I actually thought she was gonna die on us within the first couple days. That's the plan anyway, so breed, and you know. So I don't know if it's just me or if it's others that raise livestock, but there's something kind of soothing I find about cows eating. Oftentimes find myself after I give them some a grain or even hay, or even when they're on pasture, I just kind of sit there and watch them eat. There's something about it, just them getting that grass and hay in their mouth and them chomping down on it. For those of you that raise cows, let me know. I'm gonna do a quick walk around, and if you can tell, give me your feedback. Let me know if they're looking good to you, healthy, size-wise. So like I said, they were those two were born roughly the end of March, and this guy Benny, he's a steer, was born early March, and he was a twin. So and for what it's worth, there's some of their poop. Because I know a lot of times poop can be an indicator of their health, right? So those of you that raise cows, let me know what you think. Am I doing a good job? Chickens have their food and water. Cows got food, got water. Just gotta make sure Bernard's still good. I can tell you he is. I gave him, so he's on an automatic feeder or self feeder, and I threw a 50-pound bag of food in there not too long ago. There's no way he's going through that already. The only way he'd go through all that is if, oh yeah, still plenty. Only way he would go through all that, and it wouldn't be him, is if that door actually gets caught open, and the chickens will find their way in here, and they'll actually go through that feed pretty quick. But chickens do occasionally come in here. They know that Bernard can be a messy eater, and they'll come in here and pick up all of his little food droppings. So, but he's good. You good, Bernard? Well, the kids decided to come out in this freezing weather. Let's see what they're up to. I see Xavier brought the shoes out to play in sub-freezing temperatures. Okay, well, chores are pretty much done. Like I said, I just need to check and make sure the animals are good. I'm gonna let Bernard out. Are you ready? Are you ready? Oh, you're excited. You ready? You ready? You ready to come out? Let's go! 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 All right, well, it's getting cold. Ears are freezing. Time for me to go in. Thanks for watching, guys. Until next time.